And hello, meteorologist Adaleigh Rowe here with Vic at Abacus and Libbi as well. And you don't need me to tell you, it has been hot and everything is getting more and more expensive. So Vic is going to tell us some ways that you can save money on your AC bill this summer.
Vic, first, how are you on this fine, hot Texas afternoon?
I'm doing well. I'm staying in the air conditioning myself.
Yeah, what are some good tips and tricks, people should be aware of with, trying to stay cool inside?
So, a couple different suggestions. Just from a cooling standpoint, your air conditioner is going to do what it can do. And the hotter it is outside, the more it's going to struggle to maintain that temperature inside, especially if you're trying to get it to run exceptionally cold.
Right.
But things you can do to try to stay ahead of the heat to begin with. If it's going to be a bright sunny day, if you've got blinds and drapes, close them during the day. Try to keep that sun from heating up the house. If you have ceiling fans on, if you're going to be in that room, if you run the ceiling fan, just the feeling of the air moving across your skin is going to create a cooling effect, and that will kind of help get you some cooling without having to drive your temperature down too much. From a maintenance standpoint, make sure your filters are clean. If you're not getting enough air through the filter, you're not going to get enough air into those rooms to cool the rooms effectively. Maintenance in general, get the air conditioner looked at, make sure you don't have a bunch of grass and trees and shrubs growing around that outside unit, so it's moving air. Beyond that, thermostat settings. Your thermostat settings, if you're trying to run a thermostat at 65 degrees in this kind of heat, it's going to run 24 hours a day and it's not going to reach that temperature anyway. So you're going to watch your electric bill go up.
Right.
One of the things that people think, okay, well, I'm going to leave for the day, I'm going to turn the air conditioner off. The problem with doing that is the amount of time it's going to run when you bring it back on is going to be longer than had you just left it at a mild temperature a little bit to begin with. So offsetting it a couple degrees is not necessarily a bad thing, but don't turn it off. And if you're going to turn it a couple degrees off, I wouldn't go more than about 4 degrees because otherwise it's just going to run a long time to bring it back, and that's going to spike your electric bill.
Yeah, we definitely don't want that. And like you said, things are on the rise price-wise. And Adaleigh, the weather, the heat, that's on the rise as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that it's not even summer yet. And we've got temperatures 10 degrees above average and then some. I mean, in gas prices, groceries, I mean, the price of everything is going up, and it's just, it's adding a lot of stress, and it's something that, we're definitely glad that you're able to help us out with AC. I don't know how we'd be able to live without it. Mine already broke. I had to get a window unit, and that really helped. At least you can cool one room at a time with one of those. And have you noticed a lot more ACs breaking? Have you been busier this year?
We have been. As soon as the temperature started to spike, it got really busy. And what is happening is a lot of people knew that their air conditioners were struggling. They're trying to stretch their dollar. They knew it was on the edge, but they're like, I'm gonna go ahead and milk this as much as I can.
Yeah.
But the problem is then when everybody starts breaking all at once, they all call at once.
Right.
So both from an availability of a service tech to come out, the availability of an install crew to come out and change it out, but also the availability of the equipment. I mean, we've tried to get ahead of things. We've tried to stock up as much as we can, but supply chain issues have not gone away.
Right.
So if you know your system is struggling a little bit, be proactive and schedule somebody to come out and look at it and try to get ahead of it before it actually leaves you stranded.
And if people do want to, have somebody come out, check their AC and just make sure everything's cooperating, how can they do so?
They would call the number, just call us, go on the website. You can book through the website and call our phone number and just let them know, listen, I want to just get the tune-up or just a checkup on the system, or I have these concerns, or it simply is just not working right. It's not maintaining temperature. Be aware when it's 103 outside and you're trying to run it at 72 degrees, there may not be anything wrong. It may just simply be that you're outside of what the original design of that house was.
And it just might be too hot, right? Well, thank you for having us here and, giving us some tips on trying to stay cool, trying to save money. Be sure to stay cool out there as much as possible, right, Adaleigh?
Yeah, definitely, because unfortunately we are not seeing a relief anytime soon, even as we push into next week. So don't push your AC too low. You don't want to overdo it. So be safe and stay cool, everyone.
All right, thank you, Vic.
Thank you.